Attention, attention, hear ye, hear ye. We've been lied to. But wait, we're the victims. This one isn't on us. They coddled us, they fed us, they taught us to love these games. I am here to announce that, ladies and gentlemen of the console race, we are not that important. We are like the firstborns. Oh my god. Upon arrival, we are the center of attention, love chair showered with adoration, until the next one rears his or her mushed head from mommy's womb. Then everyone tries to cater to them. What happens when there isn't anyone new to cater to? Keep this in mind. What I'm trying to say will make sense later. On to today's topic, which revolves around the tough question that the gaming industry has to answer. Do we continue down this river of instability, or do we float along with the current? What the fuck does that mean, KenWal? Cue my intro. Yo, what's good? You already know I'm KenWal, and recently Shawn Layden did an interview where he warns everybody about the instability of the gaming industry. Are y'all tired of hearing about this? Like, are you really tired? Sorry, suck that shit up, because we're gonna talk about it some more. Now, what I want you to do is grab a snack, anything you could find, and get comfortable, because we're about to discuss how Sony potentially cornered themselves. So before we get into the meat and bones, allow me to give you a friendly reminder to like this video, and if you end up enjoying it here on my channel, know that I try to give you the best gaming news, rumors, and breakdowns. Other links in the description box below. Thank you guys. Let's take a stroll down memory lane. The PlayStation 2 is the best-selling console, sitting at about 158 million units today. The PlayStation 4 sold 115.9 million, and the PlayStation 5 just recently became Sony's fastest selling PlayStation. These feats are nothing short of great, so how the fuck did Sony corner themselves? Would you believe me if I said it's because of us?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
While there's some truth to this, it's obviously way more complicated. To give you a fuller picture, I'm gonna need to explain something first. And I'm gonna have to give you a warning, because this news is going to come as a shock to many people, but I know y'all can handle it. Console gaming is not growing. It's been stagnant. Growing in this case means more people entering the console family. The number of people who own consoles today is broadly the same as it was in the late 1990s, around 240 to 260 million people.
Man, this qualified ex-Sony, who is this guy? Shawn Layden? How many years has he been in the industry? This guy's a has-been. I know more than him because I do YouTube videos, and I'm about to prove it. Watch. Let's just say we total all the sales for 2 generations. So Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch, right? Alright, Xbox One sold 50.21 million units. The PlayStation 4 sold 115.83 million units. And the Nintendo Switch sold 88.83 million units. Get about 254.87. Let's just do one more generation. I think you'll be wrong with this one. Let's do the 360, PlayStation 3, and the Wii era. This one, he's gotta be wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. After totaling all of these up, I get about 253.23.
I hope by now that you realize I was being sarcastic. Of course, Shawn Layden was correct. Now, obviously, with data, there's going to be some variable, like the fact that we will never know exactly how many console or PC players there are, because most gamers play on all of them. But for the sake of the video, we'll just have to ignore that. So we've got the numbers to back up that console gaming has not grown over time despite the increasing popularity of games. Remember, when I said earlier, what happens when there are no more newborns? This is what I meant essentially. The console family is pretty much the same number of people, no matter the generation. I hope my point sticks with the landing. The other problem that I alluded to earlier is the rate at which it costs to make video games. With each console generation, the cost of games goes up 2 times. So PS4 games were 100 to 150 million, so it stands to reason that PS5 games, when they hit their stride, will be in excess of 200 million. It's going to be very difficult for more than a handful of large players to compete in that space. According to Shawn Layden, this is unsustainable, and when you think about it, it starts to make a lot of sense. Wait, but console revenue has been going up. True, ever seen the episode of Rick and Morty where they go to Pluto? If you don't know what Rick and Morty is, get off my page. Get off now. Like, leave. Just kidding. If you are unfamiliar with the show, hit the like button because I recommend it, and go watch it on HBO Max as soon as possible. Back to my original point. In the episode, Jerry and Morty go to Pluto, and they are there because the Plutonians want them to convince everybody in the universe that Pluto is indeed a planet. Come to find out that the Plutonians have been drilling plutonium, and due to the excess of the mining, it caused the planet to shrink, therefore making Earth's astronomers reclassify it as a dwarf planet. So yes, console gaming revenue is higher than before, but that's because they're sucking every little value out of what they have. Remember, the console family has not grown, so it's the same amount of people buying, and then you have these games getting more expensive. This is going to lead into problems. Maybe not Pluto problems, though. You keep tapping into the same well, and what happens when the well has no more to give? That's right, you get fucked. So if games are becoming more expensive, then what do we do? According to Shawn Layden, this is a blessing in disguise. The way to fix this problem is by making more games that aren't AAA. AAA games are never going to stop being made, but just AAA games can't be the standard. They are too expensive. Last year, the most profitable games were all mobile. So best believe the big publishers are looking and trying to replicate this success, especially since these games, when I say or refer to these type of games, it's basically free to play mobile games, live service, don't cost that much to make. Another fix is to, and here's the dirty little secret, make more games appeal to more people. This is why you're going to see in the future game companies funding so many live service games. I had mentioned that I think Sony has potentially cornered themselves. Mind you, this is not an attack on Sony. Many people will see it like that, but I'm using Sony more as a poster child for this issue, a vessel, if you will. What I'm saying in short is Sony is going to have to allow room for other smaller games that appeal to everyone, not just AAA, because it's costing too damn much. Sony's success is due to how much they care about their consoles. Sony's brand is about giving gamers the best AAA experience on their platform. I think it's admirable, I love what they're doing, and I think other companies should follow suit, sans the cost. All in all, Sony's strategy works in the short term, not the long term. It's not sustainable to continue to create high-budgeted games in a market that is not growing and the sales aren't enough to balance from the side of both consoles and the games themselves. Microsoft and Nintendo are a bit different because their profit isn't solely based on the console nor the games. I've said it, and I'll keep saying that Microsoft is in the best position to win big in the future because of Game Pass. They can choose whether or not to keep making consoles. Game Pass has a wide array of games that many people love and that aren't AAA games. Microsoft is already planning on putting Game Pass on TVs and other devices. Now, Nintendo, in my eyes, are similar to Sony, meaning that they care about their hardware, but where Nintendo separates itself is their catalog. Nintendo fans don't come in with the expectation of great graphics over 30 hours of gameplay. Nope, they play smaller games that blow up. Just look at Animal Crossing. I wouldn't play that shit. I really hope Sony, not even just Sony, the gaming industry, EA, all the publishers, can figure something out that pleases everybody. It's going to be hard, especially for Sony, since they conditioned their community to expect AAA games. Shit, I'm one of them. I'm expecting I'm expecting only AAA games, but that's gonna have to change. It will take some time getting used to by everybody, but Sony can totally be successful. Many other companies can totally be successful with these smaller live service games, but that does not mean AAA is going to be erased. We're just going to be getting less AAA games. They're always going to be coming out. It is not a coincidence that every multiplayer game today is live service. EA just confirmed its near future plans for Battlefield going free to play. The console space that I grew up in and loved isn't as big as I thought. And I'm not gonna lie, That shit was humbling. But what I'm not gonna do is like what many others are doing right now is deny what Shawn Layden is saying. This is a train that is in full motion and this shit is not stopping. So I think it would be best if we take heed because it might work out better in the long run. More games will come out. Ultimately, the console market does need to come up with a new strategy to sustain itself. I think we all don't want the consoles to end up like the Plutonians.